Alright, so you can see on this network how we have a DHCP server on this side and a DHCP server on this side, and we got routers in between, so it's basically 3 networks. This one is the 1 network, the 2 network, and the 10 network in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the server on this side. Okay, and with that, this PC is going to automatically switch to a PIPA. If I go back to DHCP. Okay, and a PIPA is like a Microsoft standard. Notice it switched, DHCP failed, and went to a PIPA, which is a 169 address. Okay, so I'm going to close that. I'm going to come onto this side over here. I'm going to open up my server, and I'm going to go into my services in DHCP, and I want to add another pool. So I'm going to say server pool 2, and that side of the network is the 2 network, and I want to start it on 2, and we could even go 2.2 because the second IP address was the server on that side, and I want to click add. So server pool 2 is 2, 2.1, 2.2, and everything else stays the same. The DNS server stays the same. Okay, so I'm going to close that, and if I come over here and look at it, it's still going to throw in a PIPA error. Okay, so it still doesn't know where it is. So I need to go into the router. I'm going to go into the router closest to this router, closer to this PC, so when it comes out, it'll hit this. Okay, and at this point here, we notice that the 0.1, fast Ethernet 0.1 is the 2.1 port on this side, 2.1. Okay, so I want to make some changes to that. Okay, so I'm going to go into the CLI, and I already clicked on that config. Okay, so I go into the CLI and it's there. Okay, so if I click on this config, go into the CLI, now I've switched. So I don't have to type in all that. I'm ready to configure that. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to click on 1, and I'm ready to configure it in the CLI. Okay, and I just want to type in IP helper address, and I just want to give it my DHCP server, 192.168.1.2, and click enter. Okay, so I'm basically giving this interface, say, hey, just go to this DHCP server. Okay, go back to config and close it. We could actually go back if we needed to and hit save on that NVRAM, so it'll, or save that whole configuration just like it's supposed to. Now if we go back into our PC number 3 and go to the IP config and click back on DHCP, it's going to now give us that server 2 address, okay, 2.2 with a 2.1 default gateway, which is important because the gateway for this side of the network is leaving the network through this port here, which is 2.1. So that's just an easy way to see how DHCP can be used across 2 different networks based off of that helper IP helper address command that you can command into the router. Notice on this side it didn't change any of the DHCP still works for this side also.